So people ask me what kind of flashlight I would recommend for self-defense, and while I do have a few examples here, these are just some that I have on the table. They're not an exhaustive list, but I want to talk more about the general features that you might want in a flashlight for self-defense. So this one here is the Nextorch TA30C Max, and it's got this sort of tactical ring rotary switch here on the back, so you can select different modes. But the most important thing is with a tactical flashlight, you've got this button on the back that just is easy to predict what's going to happen. So you press down halfway, it's going to go to that highest mode, and then full press will give you a strobe mode. So that's really going to be great for disorientating, distracting someone. When you're in a sort of sticky situation, you don't want to be fumbling around and figuring out, oh, do I press this button on the side? What's that going to do? You're not really going to be thinking. So I think the instinct would just be to mash that button. So something like that would be pretty good. Now, a budget option would be something like the Convoy S8, and I've set this one to always start in 100%. Now, it's not fail-safe because maybe you might freak out and just sort of go into the other modes, but still, it's decent for a little budget option. And there's also an ability to select just the 100% mode UI, so every time you press the switch, it's always going to go to 100%. I don't know if I'd suggest that though, just in case you accidentally switch the light on in your pocket, it's going to overheat. But yeah, that's a great little budget option that pretty much anyone can afford. It'll be up about 10, 15 bucks compared to, I don't know how much that one would be, like 10 times the price probably. And here's another budget option, like the Workhorse FC12. Okay, there are better brands out there that will have, I guess, more set in stone features, the more reliable kind of features. But yeah, I think it's just more sort of the general modes and functionality. Now, the Nightcore EDC 23 and 29, also potential ones as well. I carry around these pretty often. It's got a shortcut here to a really high mode, like 3000 lumen mode, and then got a 6500 lumen mode. Plus there's a few like just lower modes in there as well. But there's no mistaking that you press that lower button and it's always going to go to the high mode. And it's the same deal with this one here. It's got a strobe as well as a high mode in there. So yeah, very easy to find those. Now, what I wouldn't recommend, some people might disagree with me, let me know if you do, is LEP flashlights. Unless you've got a really large LEP flashlight, this does create a very intense high candela beam, which is going to definitely stun. But in one of those situations, it might be difficult for you to kind of aim that properly. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I recommend a light that just has a lot more flood. Another light I probably wouldn't recommend as well for self-defense is a kind of side switch flashlight that has a whole bunch of different functions like this one here. It's just going to be too hard to kind of figure out what mode you're in and activate it. But let me know what you guys would recommend yourselves.